Sorry if I blew your eardrums. Hey guys, welcome here, and we're here for the summary of the Nancy Drew Last Train. Let me go see what the full title was. I completely botched it. And while I'm going, I literally just finished it. Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. I literally just finished it, and while it's in my mind, I'd like to make this video just so I can keep it fresh in my mind. Where's Danger by Design? That way I can get that going in the background. I'd like to have it installed. So basically, Jake Hurley was an old gold miner. The gold rush he was a part of. He found a mine that was very well known. His wife ended up she was a very big collector, very well known. She had talents like dancing and all that. But she fell ill one day. She was fine one day and then found dead the next. They lived on a train, and it was kind of like their get around. In the end, basically, Jake had all these mysteries about a mine, things that he kept dear to him. Basically, it's a lot of self-value things he kept on him. There was a few things, there were some, actual gemstones that may not be worth a lot, like amethyst, tiger's eye. I'm trying to read at least one more. Actually, here. It was amethyst, zircon, tiger's eye, tourmaline, peridot, and zircon. And these were just used to make a machine. At this point, the stuff he made would be worth more to figure out the mystery rather than what the mystery was worth. And basically, the whole mystery was, well, yes, there's a mine and you might find a few minerals there to mine, but it's finding him and his letter from his friend Abe Lincoln, the president, which is my personal favorite because I like his story of from a humble background coming up. But anyways, he is because it's a letter from a president and it's something that's one of a kind and you can't find anywhere else, it's going to be worth something. So the whole reason for the mystery is to find the letter that's on him rather than some gold in a mine. But anyways, you are brought along by the Hardy Boys to a train tour bought from I think it's Lori is her name. Basically, she's a pompous princess who was given a lot of stuff, including this train, and she's got a lot of get rich real quick schemes, which turns out she could do it without doing all this, because one of the things from a past mystery was, I think it was one of my favorites was the Shadow Ranch. The Secret of Shadow Ranch, I think, was the one she came from, is when you called her to get information on the Old West of the couple. And she basically gave a rundown, and she writes romance stories, and Lori is a writer herself. And it turns out that Purcell, I think is her last name, she took work from Lori and used it as her own. And really, Lori could have just been like, hey, I'm a writer, and something that was put in one of the best sellers is mine. We also run into Officer Tino, who's basically a cop who was off smucking around and ended up finding himself where a very big, I think it was a robber. He had the easiest scenario, and he faked a heroic story, but everyone kind of feels like you didn't do a lot, but yet it's still a heroic thing to catch them. So while the achievement is big, what you did wasn't really that worth it. Worth the praise. And then we also meet a ghost hunter who basically is like, maybe it's Camilla, the wife of Jake Hurley, was like, oh, you can see shadows in the lights. Maybe that's her trying to contact him, and the whole reason is a supernatural reason why all this happened. And then there's also, let's see, so there's the Hardy Boys, which I'm happy we finally get to see in a game. And then, what's the other names? Let's see, there was Lori, there was Nancy, there was Hardy Boys, there was Purcell, there was Ghost Hunter, there was Tony. And I guess there's also, like, during the whole, like, there's a bunch of puzzles you have to figure out to set up certain functions to find the mine. But one of the big stops that we learn from is they have a little friend who, if you stop there, there's an ancestor of a friend of Jake's holds some of the tools you need to get into such things. One was in a box, the lantern, and one was her using she was using a keepsake as I think a walnut cracker or something like that. She was using a pickaxe that was worth probably some decent money, because it was from a figure, and she almost broke it. And then there was also Camilla's grave there, and then we also run into the grandchild of the engineer who was for Jake Hurley. And he basically gave him, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was a riddle phrase to kind of figure out where the mine is. And once you figure that out, you're able to... Oh no, it was the phrasing. So those 6 gems I mentioned earlier, there's a rotation of them, and in each object has a statue, and you need to put the gem with the statue. He gives you the phrase that makes it to where you know what stone goes with what. And then you find out where the map is, find out where the mine is, you go through it, you see another puzzle from Jake's, and then you find his corpse with the Abraham Lincoln letter, and as soon as you find it, Lori turns out that that's the whole reason why she's doing this. And then I don't know why Nancy isn't doing anything at this point. Literally, Lori starts going on a rant on how she's going to be willing to leave her behind to die. And it's like, Nancy, she is going on a rant. The second she gives you the hint that she's going to leave you for dead, it's just move, bitch. But no, she ends up just sitting there listening to her death story about how some newspaper is going to hear about her death. I'm pretty sure the Hardy Boys would probably go to get help and try to get her out, because it wouldn't take that long just to be like, hey, let's go to the cops. There's a cop right there. So they'd get a whole scene on it, be able to dig her out within a few days. She might be dehydrated, but the fact that she was on a train not an hour ago from the cave-in, she would be fine. So Lori's opportunity wouldn't do that good. I mean, of course, during the runaway scene, she does say, hey, there might be another collapse, and I guess that would be something that would go against it. But yeah, it's just the fact that Lori goes on a rant. Lori probably could have seen the cart that we took in to do some Donkey Kong escape mechanics, which that was the easiest. I'm over here recording the pathway to try to race away, but no, that's not how it was. But anyways, that's it for this one. I gotta go start a stream, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.